I may not necessarily be for like banning quote gender affirming care for people under 18. However, I would be all for a law allowing people to sue doctors.
No, ban it.
After the fact, because at the very least it would make the people in those fields much more.
If children cannot smoke cigarettes under a certain age, if they can't join the military, if they can't rent pornography or buy pornography,
Listen,
why the fuck can they change their gender?
Listen, you get the fuck out of here with
And they're not changing their gender.
They're changing their outward appearance.
They're cutting and maiming themselves.
But okay, so I'm gonna devil's advocate for a second. A person can have cosmetic surgery with parental consent.
What kind?
Cosmetic, purely elective cosmetic, like a
breast augmentation should be 18 or more.
I would agree.
It's not, but I'm saying it should be.
I actually agree with that.
In some states, it probably is, but I'm not really sure. I'm not really certain.
Say like a purely cosmetic nose job. Obviously, we're not talking about like after an accident. That's correct.
Yeah.
Medically necessary.
Well, that's like pierced ears. How do you feel about that? I don't agree. Like it should be like 16, 17 years old.
But do we have the right to tell people that they can't do it?
No, but I'm talking like people who pierce their baby's ears. I think that shit's fucked up.
Well, but then it lapses into the circumcision argument.
I don't know, but I mean, if they're allowed to kill them, I guess they can pierce their ears, huh?
Ooh. I mean, it's true, but
yeah. I mean, whether you call it a baby or not,
but I guess
that's up to you. That's up to user discretion.
But I think you see the point I'm making, though. Just because we don't agree with the quote gender affirming care,
yeah.
Do we really have the right now? But that's why I'd be all for, like, I could get 100% on board being like, listen, we're not going to ban it, but you can't push it, and to prevent you from pushing it, we're going to allow people to be able to sue your ass.
I do hate the word ban. I'm not a fan of it.
I would be all for people being allowed and easily allowed to sue medical professionals that perform those types of care, because then it will, I mean, if they have half a brain, they will be much more discerning about whether this person should receive that kind of care. And I would guarantee you, I'll put money on this, almost overnight, if something like that got passed universally, like at the federal level, instantly those clinics would change their entire language, and they would be much more discerning and less pressure, and it would almost be treated as a last resort because they don't want to get fucking sued.